Hi everybody, I am glad you're here today. We will be illustrating inspired by a famous artist named David Hale. David Hale is our inspirational artist today, and he is really amazing. He is known for his animals that hold the environment inside of the animals. So let's get started. So to start an animal-inspired environment project. I know that's a little confusing to say, but what we start with is we're going to get the contour lines using a pencil and draw our animal of choice. In this case, I'm going to attempt to draw a fox today. So I'm only drawing the cookie cutter outline on a blank piece of paper using my pencil. In case I plan to erase later, I'm drawing the outer edge, breaking that animal into shapes, part of a circle, and you can draw a different animal. I hope you choose to draw something other than a fox. But see how I look? I'm also looking at an image of a fox as I draw this, and I encourage you to draw either an animal you can create all from memory, or you can open up your laptop and search for an animal that you can draw just the outer edge of, just that outer line. I might change that tail later. I like that line better. So take all the time you need to slowly and gently sketch the contour line, that outer edge of the animal. No details, not even the face. Don't go inside at all yet. And you can be sketching this now. I'm wrapping up the fox's back legs here. Starting to look a bit unusual down there, but we'll roll with it. Accidents happen through these processes, okay? So take all that time, and the next step we'll be doing is adding a small detail where your eyes will go on your animal. We're not going to draw the detail today yet. And if yours has a nose, if it's a small detail like that ear area, I don't know which animals you will select, but when you like your lines, you can do one of two things. Press firmly with your pencil to make those lines permanent, or you can use a pen or a marker if you have one, and you can outline those shapes or lines that you've created, okay? So this would be your chance to create a strong outline, and I'm just using my Crayola pencil, my trusted pencil for outlining. So this isn't the pencil that I do writings on with or anything. It's more of an artist pencil, but if you have like a number 2 traditional pencil that you have in your box or your case, that could work as well. There's no right or wrong tool when you're drawing the contour as long as you can see your lines, okay? And I said I was going to change that tail, so I'm going to make it a little different. I like that one most. Kind of looks like a very long paintbrush. All right, I'm going to change this back leg a bit. Okay. And again, take all that time you need. If you're not ready to continue to the next step, remember that you're watching this tutorial and you can always follow the set of steps later when you get more into the project. But for now, I do want to introduce the next steps for you so you can see what we'll eventually do inside. I should have said this earlier, but it's good that you're only on a pencil supply right now in case you didn't draw the body of your animal large enough. You don't need that much space, but we're trying to draw a shape inside of the body of our animal. I tried for an oval shape. What will you choose? The next step is drawing a strong shape that fits inside a large shape that is inside of your animal, okay? You can make it touch to the edge, or you can give yourself a little room. This will be our landscape. You could choose to draw where that animal lives inside of the shape that you've selected, or you can draw what the animal eats. So you have two choices. It's oftentimes like cool to combine the two and like draw where the animal lives, its environment, its habitat, but also try to create a space that illustrates what the animal likes to do, how they hunt, or how they try to survive. So you could create something that represents your animal inside. I wanted these swirling clouds around a giant shadowy tree, and I'm going to add my pencil and shade in the mountains. Just block them in with my pencil so I know that when I use another tool later, if I choose to, I know which parts to fill in with a marker or a different color later. So I'm encouraging you to stick with one color today. I'm choosing black for everything. And if you want to do this with purple or green or a different color completely, be my guest and do that, all right? So I just sketched out a little landscape in there with a little creek and some mountains and a giant tree. And now I'm switching over to something that makes this drawing stand out more. And again, you do not have to use anything that I'm using for this. As long as you have a drawing tool nearby, you can illustrate with the monochromatic one color illustration today. We're going for one color, incorporating the white of our paper to sketch and use that one color of your choice. Again, I've chosen to use black today. What color will you draw that represents that environment or the space where your animal lives? Okay. Don't forget to add some textures inside. I want this to represent the grass of the fox's environment. And I'm just going to squiggle my lines here to represent water around the grass. So do your own thing, okay? Don't just do something if you don't think it makes sense. All right. So take some time to illustrate that inner panel. And around the fox, well, mine is a fox, remember, but yours is a different animal, I hope. You get to draw patterns and designs and some details on each part surrounding the middle portion. For example, I want to start with this row of dots that runs up to the tip of the top of the head of my fox. I will start with this row of dots, and over each eye I will place one diamond shape that I'll fill in a bit. After that, I think I want to put some dots, and it doesn't have to be symmetrical, like mine's starting to look symmetrical on both sides the same. I want you to see what kind of patterns you can add and create, and which kinds of lines you can incorporate onto the animal that you've selected to draw. We're filling the rest of the body of our animal, minus the middle section, with details, patterns. We're going to see what kind of line work you can do for your creature of choice. So as I pause this video, I'm going to be incorporating some details and some ideas for how to jazz up the body of my illustrated animal. And when I hit play again, you'll see that I filled in with the same color that I did everything else. I filled in the rest of my body of my animal. So take all that time today to see what you can incorporate. I will be pressing pause on this, and when I hit play again, you'll see the details. Okay, so I just finished my fox. I hope you are enjoying illustrating and adding those designs and details in the body of your animal of choice. I cannot wait to see what you end up creating for this project inspired by the wonderful, amazing Mr. David Hale. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and have fun creating. See you very soon.